Welcome to Big Dog Talk Sports. This is your boy Big Dog, and this is Gridiron Kings episode 2. And in this episode, we're going to talk about the great Barry Sanders. Alright, y'all, let's get into it, man. So Barry Sanders, man, coming from Wichita, Kansas, he played in the NFL from 1989 to 1998, spending his whole pro career with the Detroit Lions. Barry Sanders played his college football for the Oklahoma State Cowboys from 1986 to 1988. He was the backup running back for the great Thurman Thomas. Eventually Thurman Thomas goes pro. Barry Sanders, he has one season as the starter for Oklahoma State. And that one season, man, look at these numbers. He rushed for 2,628 yards, 37 touchdowns on the ground. He even caught 2 receiving touchdowns as well. He averaged over 7.5 yards a carry and rushed for nearly 240 yards per game. Those are like video game numbers, man. And he was doing this as a human being. Barry Sanders was just amazing. He set a total of 34 records for Division I football. And he had 8 games where he scored 3 or more rushing touchdowns. Barry gets drafted after his junior season. And I have a fun fact. The reasons players are now eligible to go pro after their junior year in college is because at that time the NFL commissioner Pete Rozelle, he allowed Barry Sanders to be drafted because Oklahoma State was being penalized for some NCAA recruiting rules that he broke. Barry Sanders' senior season would have not been on TV, and they were not eligible to play any bowl games. Pete Rozelle, he probably seen, man, Barry Sanders, great as he was, he didn't deserve to have to play a season where he couldn't even be seen on TV. So they let him get drafted, and as we had that rule, you can come in after being a junior in college. All right, man, let's start talking about his pro career, man. His rookie season, he played 13 games. He rushed for 1,470 yards, had 14 touchdowns, and he averaged over 5 yards a carry. We have another fun fact about Barry Sanders, man. Barry Sanders could have surpassed Christian Okoye and won the rushing title that year. The Lions got word of Christian Okoye's production for the Kansas City Chiefs final game. Well, Okoye was only ahead by 10 yards. Wayne Fontes, the head coach for the Lions, asked Barry Sanders, did he want to go back in the game to try to win the rushing title? Barry Sanders declined. The Lions pretty much had their game won. And, he could have went back in against the Falcons and tried to get them 10 yards or 11 or whatever, but, Barry, I guess he felt that would have been classless to go back in the game, try to break the record, and the game's already decided pretty much. But that was another fun fact. And, of course, he won Rookie of the Year for offense that season. Let's get to the year 1994, man. He rushed for 1,883 yards, 7 touchdowns. He averaged 5.7 yards per carry and 117 yards per game. He was second in the MVP voting behind San Francisco 49ers quarterback Steve Young. The Lions, they finished 9-7. They faced the Green Bay Packers in the wild card round. Barry, he had the worst game of his career, man. You would never think Barry Sanders would have a game like this. He had 13 carries, -1 yards, man. Yeah, -1 yards. I don't know the game plan the Packers had, but that game plan to hold Barry Sanders for negative yards, man, that's wow. The Lions lost that game 12-16. Let's get 3 years ahead. Barry Sanders, he rushed for over 2,000 yards this season, man. It was 2,053 yards to be exact, and 11 touchdowns. And Barry Sanders won the NFL MVP. Clearly deserved it. In 1998, man, was his final season. He rushed for 1,491 yards, 4 touchdowns. Unfortunately for Barry Sanders, great as he was, he didn't have much success in the playoffs. Never got to the Super Bowl or anything. He had some bad games in the playoffs itself, and the Lions overall did. But Barry Sanders is still recognized to many people as the greatest running back to ever play the game. He finished with 15,000 plus yards, after 10 years. The only thing, man, his playoff appearances, like I said, was kind of underwhelming. He averaged 64 yards per game in the playoffs. But he was a 10-time Pro Bowler, 10-time All-Pro. Mind you, he played 10 seasons. He played 10 seasons and was a 10-time All-Pro and 10-time Pro Bowler. So that lets you know how elite Barry Sanders was, man. And he was the rushing champion 4 times, man. People still see him as the greatest running back all the time. Tell me what y'all think about Barry Sanders, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Big Dog out. This was Gridiron Kings episode 2.